name is Nick Holloway. I'm not sick. I'm not crazy, but I am invisible.
ILM pioneered the use of digital technology and computer graphics integrated into feature film. This movie did come along right at the fulcrum shift point between optical and digital techniques.
It was one of a small handful of films that really showed what digital technology was capable of doing.
The majority of the work would be done in CG, and digital compositing was starting to assert itself.
You know, for years, women have been telling me they can see right through me.
Chevy Chase had a number of grueling physical challenges to go through.
We tortured Chevy Chase for the effects on Memoirs. I told him that up front, and so he was prepared to some extent for it.
Alice, you're staring at my eyes.
I think we should get out of the rain.
For the shot where Chevy Chase and Daryl Hannah are out in the rain, we shot a background plate, and Chevy and Daryl were shot on a blue screen stage. Daryl in her normal makeup and costume, and Chevy dressed entirely in black with a bunch of wet look brushed on his body to catch a bunch of highlights, and water sprayed or misted from above.
The highlights were extracted and dropped out so that all that remained were the discrete outlines and spectral highlights of his image, which was then double exposed both digitally and optically over the background plates to give the impression that someone invisible was being defined only by the kicks on water droplets.
Oh, Nick, you have a face again.
If I had eyes and teeth, it'd be a whole head.
This is one of the shots that digital technology enabled on this movie that you never would have seen prior to 1991.
We had to use some of the tricks that we had figured out on earlier shows, you know, like the morphing stuff from Willow and Terminator 2, and some facial scanning stuff that we had figured out for The Abyss.
Chevy was wearing a makeup and wearing coating on his teeth so that they could not be photographed, wearing blue scleral contact lenses so we could extract his eyes, shot in front of a blue screen. We then digitally extracted his face, covered simply by the makeup, and composited it into the scene with Daryl Hannah, which was shot as an independent plate.
There's dialogue in the sequence, and that was really before motion capture was in existence, and so we cyber-scanned him with his mouth in certain keyframe positions, like saying certain vowels, and then it was animated. The in-betweens were done to those keyframes to get the actual mouth movement, and it was convincing.
This sequence is when Chevy, who has disguised himself as a taxi driver wearing this caftan and turban, is now running from the evil government agents. He may be able to take his clothes off, but he can't peel the makeup off the same way. So now we have this head left floating on Market Street to the surprise and shock of the passers-by.
We did background plates, and then the effects footage was shot against blue screen. We had him in a blue bodysuit with his clothing over that, so that when he takes it off, we have blue bodysuit against blue backing that we could, you know, digitally remove. And it was removed through blue screen keying and rototype paint. I think that the special effects in Memoirs was part of the evolution of the digital era, and people, particularly in the industry, saw the possibilities of what could be done.
In 1992, we set a new bar for this kind of work with Memoirs of an Invisible Man.